Well, hello, hello. I'm glad to be here together with Sashi. Hello, Sashi.
Hi, Eva. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm excited about this morning and opportunity to be here in studio together with you and discover more. And we are here streaming live from RIGA COMM studio, virtual studio. RIGA COMM is a business technology fair and conferences happening in Riga in October 3 and 4, quite soon. My name is Ieva Drazniece. I'm LinkedIn strategy communication partner for businesses and teams. And I'm happy to have here as my co-host and guest Dr. Sashi from UST. And please, I give you a word to give short introduction.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me today morning, Eva. It's my pleasure to be here. And let's continue focus on our digital transformation journey and RIGA COMM, which is coming up, which we are very excited to be part of it. So there are a lot of other things that we want to do, especially in that region itself. So which is quite interesting for us. So that's why I'm going to be in that conference and talking to a lot of other actors and players in the region and also transform our services into that region. Yeah.
That's good to know. And actually, I'm happy to announce that you are going to be present in RigaCom with a panel on cybersecurity conference on cybersecurity stage, October 4. So check the program, and you will know where to catch Dr. Sashi for a panel as well as one-to-one questions and related topics that Sashi will introduce us today. And speaking of topics, the digital transformation is like umbrella topic, but maybe you can share us more. What is UST, and what what are you doing? What sets you apart in this journey?
No, USD is born digital company, yes, and we just recently celebrated our 25 years of in business, and we operate across 30 plus countries with more than 30,000 people across 5 continents. And we help major corporations adding that value succeed through the digital transformation, not only helping to succeed to digital transformation but also create that endurance to sustain it. To sustainability is also a key factor for us, and most of our clients, we operate in various industry verticals: manufacturing, semiconductor, healthcare, banking and finance, and also real estate, and also retail. And our relationship uh, tenure, for example, goes beyond 13 to 14 plus years. So the same customers we've been working in multiple years and multiple divisions across. So that is how we build our organization. And what sets us apart is also we are pretty much focused on our customer needs. For example, sometimes there are many cases where we have delivered the value which is not even in the contract, because that creates that relationship and trust so that we keep forward and going. Also, we evolve with the customer in this digital journey as well. It is not just helping them to transform into that digital journey and also create that sustainability and endurance so that they can also have that market share and capabilities across the vertical domains. And as we are growing, and I'm responsible for expanding Europe, continental Europe region. So that is exactly what I am. We are having that discussion today.
So, what is your take? What would be the best topics to speak about, in person when you are in RigaCom conference? What will you share with the audience there?
Now, mostly, I would like to create certain awareness about what UST is doing. For example, especially from digital transformation perspective. If you're talking about digital, everything is internet, everything is security, and everything is how you're actually doing it, right? How the manufacturing industry, supply chain, and also logistics, semiconductor, for example, automotive sector, for example. If I talk about manufacturing, there are different verticals inside it: automotive,
Mhm.
aerospace, anything that you manufacture, right? How you can get that value and benefit by using that services that we deploy. And also, anybody can approach me about critical infrastructure, how we can protect them, and how we are helping the customers as well with that digital journey. So people can ask me about these questions and approach me directly. Because as I know, in the Baltics, um, semiconductor industry is just picking up right now. And from our point of view, we have very less competition out there. And we've been working with the top six, top seven semiconductors companies in the world. So for us, it is also a key factor. And also there is a flagship projects that are going on within that region, which is quite interesting for us, such as Rail Baltica project and so on.
Is it like a public sector or private sector, or what it is, whom you can really, be in help for advising, consulting, but also in implementation side? What is your, view on that?
I would say both. I would say that 75 to 80% dealing with private sector is beneficial for companies. We are a global system integrator. End of the day,
Mhm.
we are a global system integrator like Accenture or CGI or whoever it is. So, for our perspective, working with a private sector is beneficial to get that revenue streams going on and do that very quickly.
Yeah.
And if you're dealing with the government, the problem is sometimes there are bottlenecks. Sometimes there are politics. There are sometimes politicians replaceable. It's not a permanent position. PM of
Sometimes it
Latvia,
takes several governments, right, to do
yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, the PM of Latvia can be replaced by somebody else. Then there is a new strategy. So then,
I, li-
I don't
I
know.
believe I believe we will have more visitors from the corporate, but still business side
Sure.
on the RIGACOM venue. What do you see is the key touch points where companies can leverage from knowing about USD and approaching you? What can be those couple bullets? Maybe you can highlight the
Yeah.
touch
For
points.
example, everybody's talking about digital, machine learning, AI, and now we have evolved already from Industry 4.0, and now we are approaching into Industry 5.0, which is metaverse, virtual reality, 6G, for example, right? Everybody using phones, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
know what exactly that your service provider is giving you. Is it 4G or 5G? Nobody cares about it, right?
We just see the number on phone, but we don't know what it means.
Yeah, that's what exactly what I'm saying. That kind of awareness should be given to the public and consumers, such as like you, like me, and everybody, right? And there are a lot of 6G projects under development. And in the Baltics right now, it is only 4G rollout strategy. There is no 5G yet. I mean, of course, you see 5G, but how much of 5G you're actually using it, right?
Mm.
And what it is, and what is your critical infrastructure is also the point of view. I mean, you first of all you need to understand what is the kind of critical infrastructure that you need to utilize and protect, and that will in turn um, serve you even much better. For example,
Actually, those are the topics you can be helpful for the companies, but the companies can learn from that and be helpful for the society, educating and explaining and
I mean, this will in turn create opportunities in the region. For example, right now there is a huge project in the region which is Rail Baltic. Everybody's talking about it, and that was in turn awarded to Deutsche Bahn, German railway company, who is the main prime contractor, and all the
Mhm.
funds are coming from European Commission, European Railway Authority. So, of course, as a taxpayer, you're also paying for that. It's not only you; I'm also paying for it as a
Mhm.
taxpayer, even
Yeah.
sitting in Germany, right? These kind of projects are there, and these kind of projects, it's in the transportation sector. And just now, I have told you there is no semiconductor, kind of industry picked up yet in that region, and we are having that discussions over there, and also automotive sector, right? You are only importing; there is no export other than manufacturing certain parts to different, automakers. Can you name one car which was constructed completely from Latvia?
I wouldn't know about all the details, but
No, I'm just saying.
I
Uh,
know that some people I know, they have constructed cars named Oscars, which they used for the Dakar, Dakar races. But I
yeah, I
don't
know.
know
I
if
mean, look,
yeah,
these are like a special race type of cars. You need to replace
true,
engines. You need to,
yeah,
hand the metal with them and all the stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Now people are becoming more aware, more resilient, and there's also ongoing situation across the borders. So first of all, you need to understand what kind of sectors are booming, not just the traditional sectors
yeah.
like your retail sector or real estate sector. So these are going to be there, but on top of that, these are all basic necessities, right?
In terms of when you touched Latvia, but I think for Lithuania, Estonia, there could be similarities. Maybe there are points that are different in terms of those critical, infrastructure pillars. Maybe you can touch some of those, which are maybe similar, which are which differ
Mm.
from country to country.
Yeah, look, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, even though they're all Baltic states, like we call them as a 3C countries, so they share the same kind of sea. But
What is sea? What is sea?
sea is like an ocean, or like a well, you have that in Yamala, right? The Baltic Sea.
Okay, 3C. Okay.
So the Baltic Sea is shared by all these Baltic states, right? So that's
Yeah.
what I mean. In terms of Latvia, you need to think about your population. So in the city where I live, I have more than 7 million people. Just one city, small city in Germany, right?
Mhm.
At the same time, you're consumers, and now then you need to think about what is the critical infrastructure. Number one is communications. Without that, you can't do anything. Then the transportation then becomes the social welfare, which is also healthcare. Now, number three is your supply chain, manufacturing, and your imports and exports. You're importing a lot, then you're exporting. That's why when you go to the supermarkets, you're paying top euro for some products which I don't even pay here, for example, like shampoo or whatever.
True. The
Okay.
prices are different in Latvia and in
Yeah,
Germany.
yes, it is. Even you compare UK, it is
Mm.
heavily priced.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some commodity products which are not heavily priced, which are heavily priced here. That's a different story. But
Mm.
as I said, there are four key things in Latvia: communications, your transportation, your social welfare, and your digital manufacturing, supply chain, exports, and imports. These are the four pillars of the country where the country is standing on it. So, your president of Latvia also mentioned in April in some conference this has to be strengthened and become more resilient. But I don't know what kind of actions the government itself is taking or the private sector is taking. But as a company like USD, we are there to promote those services which we helped our customers to protect, enhance their critical infrastructure and the capabilities. So, and also know how.
I hope that hearing ears and eyes will be present in RIGA as well,
Yeah.
listening us or here in live or also in recording on different platforms where we stream today. Our conversation with Dr. Sashi. And from jumping from the serious stuff to
Mhm.
more maybe um, personal stuff. I know that you have a very diverse background, but somehow we chat on the planes and sky. But yeah, what led you to this? To this path. How did you discover that this is how you want to
Mm.
help world? How you want to make people lives better, more.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Well, to be honest, I'm not a very good student in school. I was very bad one. Sitting on the back benches and not just listening to teachers what they're telling me. But when we go to exams, I always pass. And my friends they say, Sashi, why you always pass? We failed. I said, no, it's not magic. I just, listened and captured something. That's, I don't know. That's kind of a gift that I have, I believe.
Mm.
I become a mechanical engineer because I like machines. And the first robot I built when I was in college with the servo motors, doing that robotic programming and trying to move it like a snake and whatever. It was a quite interesting project. Then I got interested into machines, engines. Then I was very fascinated about aircraft. So you see the term air is air and craft. It's a craft. It is not easy to put something up on the air and just fly it.
True. True.
There is so much mechanics. There is so much kind of things that I was so much fascinated about that too. Then I did my masters in robotics. When I was in Colombia, then I started to learn how to fly as a hobby. Then I started involving myself. I'm an engineer basically, right? So I continued that path. And when I moved back to Germany from Korea, back in those days, then I had a chance to work with Houghton aircraft, a beautiful aircraft. It's a, it's a no-tail aircraft. So, and I got to learn a lot of things from that project as well. And that passion continued. And at the same time, I had a chance to work in space industry as well. In the last 5, 6 years, I worked with at least 10, 15 different international space agencies in the world, especially here in Germany, providing, again, ICT services, information communication technology services, onboard flight software, involved in many deep space missions as well. It all comes with a passion. So if you don't have that passion, if you don't have that zeal, it is nothing is interesting to you or anybody what it is. It comes within. You can't just create it overnight.
Yeah, you are born with it, right? It's like your DNA.
Yeah, well,
What
I
you
would
feel
say,
passionate about, what you feel passionate about, it comes within you all
yeah,
your
I think
life.
I would say I discovered it. What is I really like? What is this thing about? For example, if you talk to me about banking and stuff, I'm not interested. I mean, I have customers in the banking sector too. We provide a lot of banking solutions and infrastructure,
Hmm. Yeah,
but it never interested me because I was not really inclined towards it. So that comes within. This is what you need to do, and that is what you excel. It is something. If you don't love what you do, you are a failure. That's number one.
I think it's valuable to understand also where you come from, to understand that the solutions you represent, the company you come together to RIGACOM
Yeah,
is here to help to sustain those passions, what we feel about or it's business or it's public sector, but yeah, to be able to how you mentioned this keyword, endure endure different times and different challenges and
yeah,
sustain what we are passionate about.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Exactly.
I was really happy to have this opportunity to talk with you, and maybe I invite you to give some words for the closure of this call, maybe for the audience.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for this opportunity. It gave me some perspective as well. I mean, I have been speaking in many different conferences and stuff, and what I really want is change should happen. Change should happen within the public sector, within the private sector. I think it should be more of a less talk and get into some action mode. Then only you can remove your dependencies on
Yeah,
anybody or even the country itself, even the organization. And for
true.
us, from UST perspective, we see huge potential that we can leverage and we can also help provide to the a lot of customers in the region. So that is exactly why I'm also going to be there in RIGA.com and also having different conversations over there as well. And I'm pretty much looking forward to it.
So how can you be approached? Where can people meet you today before the RIGACOM? What is the best way to connect with you?
Well, there is LinkedIn. It is social. It is controlled only by me. I don't have a secretary, unfortunately, but I think that that is a good place for me to connect, and they
Mhm.
can DM me. And I mean, it's my uh, email is also there. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Sashi. And I appreciate you for joining us today. And thank you, everybody who had a chance to join us live and who will see this conversation in recording. And I invite you to follow for the next conversations we have with speakers, panelists of RIGA.com in this podcast. You will be notified on RIGA.com platform. And I say you have an amazing start of the week, and thank you.
You too. Thank you, Eva, very much, and really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.